Hi, I'm Lynn, and welcome to the Gushy Chronicles, real stories from the wide world of toddlerhood, where boundary testing is an extreme sport and no is a lifestyle. Ta-da! Ooh-wee. Ta-da! So let's rewind a little bit. The first time I reached out to ChatGPT for help, Gushy was standing one, and honestly, I was completely overwhelmed. The tantrums had started creeping in. Well, they really came in like, hello, I'm here, at around 13 months, and not the cute baby pulse. I mean, real fire-breathing, tiny tornado moments that left me standing in the middle of the living room wondering, what just happened? I felt unprepared. I didn't know whether to cry, laugh, call someone, or all three of them. And calling someone, that's the thing. When you're in the middle of a parenting meltdown, it's not always possible to wait for when it's convenient to talk to a friend, your mom, or your partner. Because you see, tantrums are not scheduled according to after working hours. These toddlers do not realize it's after working hours. Maybe I can throw a tantrum right now because they can call the right person and the right person is probably out of work. No. It's whenever. So I found myself typing to ChatGPT at weird hours, just saying stuff like help. She just screamed for 30 minutes because I said no to chewing on the remote. Or we're in the supermarket and she sees something in somebody else's shopping cart that is not in our shopping cart, and that's all.
Mama.
Yes, Silby. I don't know what you're saying.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Mwah, I love you. Miracles happen. She just walked out. I can understand. So you're trying to ask yourself, why was she reacting that way? What's going on in her brain development? And what can I do in this moment without yelling or even breaking down myself? Have you seen those videos where mamas are breaking down with their children? It's funny, but we all know that's not what we want to do. It's not the ideal kind of response. So let's talk about the boundary testing. Because once they learn they have the power, they want to use it. And use it, she does. She wanted to pour her own water. If you give her yogurt in a cup, she wants to feed herself. Do not try and feed her. If you try to feed her, she will throw away the yogurt. She wants to climb on the couch, the table, and of course me, especially if she sees me trying to pick something from the floor, she will go and she assumes I'm horsey, okay? She wants to hold on to things even when she wasn't using them, just because I asked her to let go. But here's the thing. When I started applying what ChatGPT suggested about gentle parenting, I noticed something. Instead of jumping into a power struggle, I paused. I acknowledged her feelings first. I started saying things like, you really want to keep that, don't you? I see you're not yet ready to let go. Sometimes it worked instantly. Other times I'd be lying if I said it was smooth every time. But over time, I started seeing the shift. And especially, my African context, which is what I want us to talk about next. Gentle parenting in an African context. Hey, this part is real. Because gentle parenting isn't exactly what I grew up seeing around me. Anywhere around me. The parenting culture I knew leaned more toward obedience, quick correction, and often a little fear-based authority. You all know what I'm saying. That's spanky spank, okay? So when I started trying to explain to people that I was talking through tantrums instead of spanking or shouting, I got those looks. You know those looks. But here's the truth. I'm not doing this to impress anyone. I'm doing it because I want Gushy to grow up knowing that her voice matters, even when she's upset. And that she can trust me, even when she's at her worst. Is it easy? Yeah, of course it's easy. Anything in life is no. Of course it's not easy. It's not easy. Sometimes I still lose my cool. I really do, to be sincere. And when I do, and I realize, because of course at this age she's super good at imitating, I walk away. I make sure that maybe I place her on the couch or somewhere safe, and I walk away. And I go into the other room, and I close the door, and I get to the pillow, and I give it a good piece of my mind that is through screaming. And then, once I feel centered and sober enough, I go back out there, living with a toddler CEO. That is intense. but it's also beautiful. It's a front row seat to a little human learning how the world works, how relationships work, and how she works. You see, the point is they are learning. They're learning. They don't have that manual all figured out. They don't even know what a manual is like. They're not even trying to get it done the right way. They're just figuring things out. Yes, they're testing boundaries and trying to see how it will work, right? Okay. So, thank you. I would not trade anything. I wouldn't trade this experience for anything. This is your lotion. Yeah, she's taking her lotion. You know, we're toddlering. We are completely toddlering, and we're figuring it out. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to episode 1 of the Gushy Chronicles. Okay, here is her lotion, everybody. This is her lotion. You want your lotion on your hand? Oh, okay. Here. If you're on this parenting ride too, just know you are doing better than you think you are, and you're not alone. Stick around, and I've got so many stories to share, from the chaos to the cuddles. This is Parenting with ChatGPT, the Gushy Chronicles, one meltdown at a time. And bumped his head. Mama for the doctor. Uh-huh.
No, monkey, just buggy. No, monkey, buggy.
Four little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said,
No, monkey, just buggy.